tonight British TV's charming double-act Morecambe and Wise return to screens with the latest highlights show depicting their incredible career on screens. Airing from 8:35 p.m. on Channel 5, Morecambe and Wise, 30 Funniest Moments will count down some of the pair's most hilarious moments, and some of the biggest stars that featured on their primetime show. During their career, which started as a double act in 1941, they were described as the most illustrious, and the best-loved, double act that Britain has ever produced. But astonishingly, BBC chiefs weren't initially convinced. A letter, uncovered from the BBC archives, from scriptwriter John Ammons, dated in 1959, claimed that Eric Morecambe would be a much better prospect were he a performer in his own right, as opposed to with comic partner Ernie Wise. At the time, Morecambe and Wise were still 2 years off breaking into the mainstream, bringing with them their impeccable senses of humor and original sketches. But Ammons was unconvinced and championed Morecambe into leaving Wise. The bombshell letter even described the pair, who would go on to win posthumous BAFTA Fellowship Awards, as quite disappointing after watching them during a show in Lancashire. In the letter, Ammons wrote, after seeing Morecambe and Wise the other week in their show, in Blackpool, I am not at all sure as to their strength on a TV programme. They are still working to old gags and in my opinion, frequently working the wrong type of material. They are quite a disappointment to me because when I first worked with them in this region on sound, I thought they had a great future. It is even more depressing than it seems because they are quite happy to jog along as they are doing at the moment. I always thought Eric Morecambe was a funny man and still think that he could be very successful on Vision, but only if he could be detached from Ernie, who I think is a big weakness. I really cannot see them making the grade in a TV series. At first, Morecambe and Wise began as stars in their own rights for their exploits on the stage and the airwaves, though the transfer to television was troublesome. Among those was Running Wild, which saw the pair star in the 1954 comedy show, panned by critics and viewers alike. It even led one viewer to sensationally call a TV set as the box they buried Morecambe and Wise in. Another letter from the broadcaster's archives, the Daily Mail reported in 2012, was a note from the double act's agent Frank Pope to the BBC's head of light entertainment at the time, Ronald Waldman. Pope wrote, I called my clients into my office to see me this morning in view of the television broadcast they did last night and to say in my personal opinion this was the worst performance I have ever witnessed my clients giving. Not because of their inability but plainly because the material etc. supplied for them to appear in was most unsuitable and inadequate. On behalf of my clients, I must refuse them being allowed to appear for the last of the 6 television broadcasts in their contract. You will appreciate my clients' main livelihood depends upon theatrical engagements and they cannot possibly afford to jeopardize any further their reputation in this market. Despite the original troubles, the stars eventually found their place on TV through the 1961 show Two of a Kind, made by broadcaster ADV. Some 7 years later and they were back with the BBC, beginning their sketch show on the Morecambe and Wise Show. It broke TV records at the time of its release, including the 1977 Christmas edition, which was watched by 28 million viewers. By 1976, the comedy legends were handed OBEs, and in 1999, just after Wise's death, they were given the BAFTA Fellowship Award. Around 14 years later, they were honored with blue plaques outside Duddington Studios, where the finals of their 4 series of the Morecambe and Wise show was recorded. Morecambe and Wise, 30 Funniest Moments airs from 8:35 p.m. on Channel 5 tonight.